I want to show you the makeup look I've been going for pretty much all summer. It's a really pale, beautiful, like shell pink lid, really nice defined winged liner, a pretty plush pout. It's like I'm gonna go here and say it's my signature look of the moment, but that could evolve for the fall. But it has been what I've been going back to over and over and over again. It has a really nice dewy finish on the cheek. I love it. And it makes me feel very fresh and awake, which we also love. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is actually just put a little bit of primer on my face. One sec. I also did something totally insane and laid out all of my products so we could actually try to power through. This is the RMS Beauty Re-Evolve Radiance Locking Primer. I like how it's a really light finish actually, and it doesn't have any silicones in it, which my skin does not like when there's silicones involved, so this has been a really nice find for me. RMS Beauty, I don't know if you guys know their brand, it's amazing, but it's all, I think it was like one of the very first all clean beauty lines. Okay, anyway, that is the primer step. And that's just gonna help, especially when it's like hot days like it has been, gonna help the foundation stay where I put it. And also because I feel like, I don't know if it actually has pearls in the formula, but it feels like it leaves this kind of pretty, very like neutral but velvety finish. So I feel like I don't need as much foundation when I'm using it either. So this is the Chantecaille Future Skin Foundation in the color Cream. And I only use like a very small amount, especially in the summer. I don't want a ton of product sitting on my skin. I will usually use a sponge for this, but since I'm using so little, I don't really need it. I just kind of mush it all around, making sure that it's evenly distributed and that you don't have any accidental bald spots all over your face. I also love being able to work with my hands, you know, it just like melts the formula so nicely, lets them really sink into the skin. And this is definitely more of a natural foundation finish. If you want more like high coverage, go ahead and pack it on, and you can stipple with a brush or just use more product and a sponge and you will end up with a very nice opaque finish. But this is the look that I'm going for. It's really like breathable, happy, radiant, even skin, if I do say so myself. Okay, this is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the color Custard. It's sort of a medium shade, and I love this product for this whole triangle under my eye here. It stays really nicely. It's a really kind of thick formula without being powdery, which I feel like can sort of sink into lines and make you look more dried out, which I think is when you start to look older. So in the effort of looking youthful and fresh, we are keeping it nice and covered, but still very like, what's the word I'm looking for? Lush, lively, no, it's not dewy. I don't know, it's like creamy. It's creamy, that's the word I'm looking for. Okay, and I kind of just push it onto my inner eyelid as well because I like the brightness it gives there. Really undoes any blueness under the eye. And if you want to like attack any under eye puffiness, I highly recommend doing a little gua sha ritual right before your makeup routine. Put your face cream on, put your foundation on, and miraculously you will look much fresher. Okay, but I didn't do that today because I didn't have the time and I wanted to make sure we got through this tutorial, which is already 3 minutes in and all I've done is freaking under eye concealer. That was not the point. I kind of set this, again, because it's a minimal amount of foundation and I want it to stay where it is, I take a little loose translucent powder. This is Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I sort of pop onto it in the top, and then I'm really just wanting this powder to set what I did under my eyes, and definitely around the nose. You can use that same custard color if you have redness around the nose here, which I usually remember to do. Also my chin. But you'll notice I'm really not putting much powder away from the T-zone. I'm kind of just concentrating the mattifying effect there. Okay. Then, what do we think? Do I need a little, maybe I do need a little more around my nose. Okay. Eyeshadow is going to be my usual Tarte Clay Play Volume 2 face palette. And I'm using this color Sand, which has sort of like a sneaky, it's not shimmer, but you'll see there's kind of a sheen to it, plus this color Desert, which is their blush shade in this palette. And I'm just pushing it over my lid, really like restricting to the high point of the eye itself, like right here in the ball, and then just working it out over the lid. I'm not going much beyond the brow bone here. And it just like neutralizes any blueness going on, has a really pretty soft filter finish to it. I love the pink. I think it feels really fresh and youthful. I think seems to be the word of the day today. We love a youthful finish. But it also makes, I have green eyes, it makes the green kind of pop to have that little bit of a pink tone on the lid. And that's that. Then let's build out the rest of the shape of the face and then we'll go back with the liner. I have the Laguna Matte bronzer from NARS, building back some of the contour into the face after we added that foundation layer. And sometimes if you don't let your face product dry fully, because we didn't powder it, you can end up with like a little too much of the bronzer deposited. So I just take my time and really buff with that fluffy brush. And that's why I always err on the side of doing layers, like do little by little so you have room to build more. Because you just have to sort of start over or put more foundation on if you add too much all at once. And then I'm going back to that color Desert again in this palette to finish the sort of blush effect on the cheeks. And this color is just really pretty, and I love that it sort of marries with the eyelids, all in the same color. If you want to, you can go with your same sort of fluffy eyeshadow brush back into the bronzer very, very gently. This is definitely a less is more moment. And just rim the outside of your, the narrowest part of your nose, the bridge of your nose. Is that what this is called? Just to give a little bit of shadow and therefore also highlight. So basically what you're trying to do is create shadow so that this part of the nose is highlighted, and that will give that very kind of refined looking result. I also do a little underneath the nose, again creating like a cute little ball shape up here. And if you want it to really pop, you can go back with the custard color and sort of just press a little highlight down the nose. And this is a place where, like, if you don't like contouring, you definitely don't need to do it. Sometimes it really works for me and I love it. Sometimes I'm like, this looks ridiculous. So let yourself play. And then I kind of just blur it and blend it as much as I can. It's nice to work it up into where it meets the eyebrow too, so it's all very seamless looking. You know, you don't want anything to look artificial in here. Okay. Do a little eyebrow, and then we will get to the power move, which is definitely the liner and mascara edition, my absolute must-haves when it comes to beautiful makeup that makes me feel my best. Okay, little brow gel. This is the Milk Kush Fiber Brow Gel in the color Herb. Gives just a nice little bit of definition to the eyebrows. Sometimes I go a little aggressive up here. I gotta take it down. Okay. Okay, good. Eyeliner, I'm gonna use the color, God, we are down to the nub here. Exhibitionist 24-hour kohl eyeliner from CoverGirl. This was definitely a valued purchase. Let me just get a little, hands are slippery now. Guys, we were on a roll. We were on a real roll. And here I am with slippery hands, unable to, aha, there we go.